From the News Channel 8 studios, let's talk live with your hosts, Natasha Barrett and Doug McElway.
Well, in less than a month, millions of people will be breaking out their New Year's resolutions, and you know the big one, weight loss. Well, we've got a sneak peek on how to detox your body after the sugar shock of the season. Dr. Ziegler from Advanced Healthcare Center is here.
Well,
is there an easy way to do this?
What most people don't really understand, it's really a natural process. The problem really comes when we start to really push our boundaries.
When you say push our boundaries, eat sugars, eat this, eat that, we are inundated with things that taste good right around now.
Oh, no doubt. People want to eat the cookies, they want to eat the cake, they start to drink a lot. And what starts to happen is the body has a lot of organisms and organs that actually really help clean our body. It's a natural process. So we're going to go through multiple organs, and it's a way our body really self-purifies itself and cleans itself and protects itself in a very natural manner.
Well, doctor, let's start with the effects on the body with some things we normally eat and drink during the holidays. Alcohol.
Right.
That happens where so many parties are coming up, people drink here and there, and they think they can go a little over the limit because it's the holidays, right?
No doubt. And people really probably overdo with the alcohol. So what happens is the alcohol is actually going to the liver, and the liver is one of the major organs in a detox program. What happens is that the alcohol, is going to be transformed in the liver to a non-toxic component, and then that toxic component is then going to be excreted in the bowels and the kidneys. So the kidneys then pick up a lot of stress, but we have to make sure that our liver stays clean when we overdo it.
Then there's the sugar with all the Christmas cookies, the pies, and everything, and saturated fats. We think we can do it once, and then come January, we'll be okay. But what effects are we having on our body? Right.
Now we're going to deal with another organ. And again, like I said, this is multiple organs. You're taking the food in, ingestion, it's going to go through the GI tract. So what starts to happen is all this sugar really starts to affect the absorption. Our absorption starts to get off. Our gastric juices get off. So too much sugar really affects this. So what we have to try to do is try to keep our GI tract clean and try to make sure it's processing the sugar in cakes and candies, because we're really getting what we call almost indigestion. Dyspepsia is actually the medical word.
And at the same time, I've got to ask you, they say your stomach can stretch as you're overeating. True in that?
What's starting to happen is you're starting to get bloated. You're not really processing the food very well. Your stomach is actually starting to get very, very bloated. And most people want to try to do is really get that bloatedness out. So there's some simple home remedies people can do.
Okay, tell me about those.
Well, you can drink a lot of water. Very simple. There's a rule, 8 by 8. Drink 8 glasses of 8-ounce water glasses.
In reality, not a lot of people do that.
Right. I mean, a lot of really simple things we can talk about. Lemon water. You take a whole lemon, squeeze it into a 12-ounce glass of water, drink that. Another very simple thing. There's some great teas that will help the bloating and help your GI tract get back on course. Ginger tea, mint tea, peppermint tea. Very simple, easy things to do to help that digestion and help the absorption. Because if you're not absorbing the food well, you're going to lose those nutrients. You'll have a possibility of getting very sick, run down. That's what I said. These are a lot of organs. And when we talk about detox, it's a natural process for our body to purify itself, get all this waste out.
And I think people need that flavor. You mentioned the ginger, the lemon, and the water, because it's so hard for a lot of us just to drink the water and you feel like you're just drowning yourself. But having a little flavor in there might help it all.
Right, and we're trying to keep away from all those like processed sugars, all those synthetics. So, some lemon water is great. And it's always very simple, a little honey to make things a little sweeter if you're having a hard time. There's another simple thing, just like apple cider vinegar. That's a little...
Apple cider vinegar? Straight up?
You want to mix it with some water also. I mean, that one's a little difficult, I won't kid you. But it really,
don't go on a date after that one, people.
But if you're really feeling bloated, it really will help the GI tract, help those gastric juices really absorb your food better. So people use that for all types of...
Are you talking like a shot of that, or just mix it with
Actually, just mix with water. A lemon, yeah. But you want to make sure, you want to feel good during the holidays. And I think most people don't understand. They start to feel tired. They're feeling stressed. So when their body is getting really just beat up from a lot of alcohol and food, you really want to try to help yourself.
Because that's when you can get sick.
Bingo. And here's another organ, the lung. So we want to make sure we keep our lungs clean. And you know, apples have pectin. And by breathing in really deeply, taking nice long walks, will really help keep the moisture out of our lungs.
So all the things that you're describing here is basically a form of detox, right?
Exactly.
People hear detox and they think, oh my gosh, do I have to go to Hollywood and like flush my colon out like all the stars do before the Grammys, you know?
Right, and you know, and I always want to make sure, you know, our goal is to make sure people are healthy. I mean, that's the bottom line. We want people to feel better, you know, and there's a lot of things that really aren't what we call so esoteric, so far out there, really simple things they can do to take care of themselves. So we want those messages to really help people. So natural ways instead of just taking prescription drugs, or really take care of themselves.
There are ways, and people, once January comes, it's the new gym membership, it's, you know, what quick trim drug can do this, can do that. There are tons of drugs on the market. I'm glad you brought that up, that people think, oh, it'll be okay. But tell me about the effects when you take it quickly and not consistently, what it could do to your body.
Right, and what happens is any type of synthetic product, you're going to have a byproduct from that. There's going to be a type of symptomology. So we want to make sure that those types of toxins don't build up, especially sometimes in the kidney. The kidney will flush those toxins out. The kidney circulates about 190 gallons of fluid every day. That's your bloodstream going through it multiple times. So you really want to make sure you drink the water to help flush your system out, because there's really no simple things out there. We try to understand that the body works as a complete unit. So be careful about certain types of weight loss medications and, you know, antacids for the holiday, or types of colon cleansers.
Do it the natural way. Drink some water.
I really like some simple natural ways to help clean your body.
All right, Dr. Louis Ziegler, thanks for coming in from Advanced Health Center.
Well, thank you for having me.